Hello and welcome to this session of GST Automation by Business Pointers. Business Pointers is a cloud-based ERP software, and looking at the GST trend that's happening in India right now, we have the software which is actually ready for small and medium-sized businesses to take on the GST related compliances and tax calculations. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you how this software is going to help the small and medium businesses to uh, perform their GST operations. To begin with, the core of this ERP is the finance and account section, which has the receivables and payables, which means the purchasing and the sales side, and the GST is applicable on either side. So you can actually define GST based on the HSN code as per the requirement, and this is going to be stored in the item master of the software, where we have the tax codes by each type of product. This is an example of how the GST is being set up in the system. There's the administration section which allows the user to set up the GST by different rates, and if tomorrow there are changes in the rates, the software is capable and it's a highly configurable software which can handle this. Uh, these are some of the examples of the GST which have been configured: CGST, SGST, IGST, and the regular GST. Further, there are tax components in the GST for 5%, 12%, 18%. So you can configure the software based on those rates. A detailed view shows how a tax code is generated out of these tax components. If there is an integrated GST, if it's there is to be a CGST and the state GST to be deducted, then in that case there is a tax code which is being set up in that appropriate manner. Now here, this is the example where we've created the tax code, and this tax code is supposedly to be used in the sales order or the purchase order or the purchase invoice and the sales invoice, which we're going to see down the lane. Now, this is the example of the item master where for that particular product, the GST rate is being set up in the appropriate uh, default sales tax code, GST 18%, and default purchase tax code for if you're buying this material, if you're a trading company. So sales order creation is the area where you define each of your line items, and you can define the GST rates at each of the line item, because some line item might be at 5% GST, others might be at 18% GST. So the software is quite capable of handling multiple GSTs. As you can see in this screenshot, where the tax code is set up to 12% GST and 18% GST, so the software, the user does not have to enter this GST every time if they have already configured in the item code. The same thing gets carried over by the warehouses, and you can have the tax code by each line item in the AR invoice. And this is that same example where the sales order is being converted into an AR or sales invoice. Uh, the same theory applies to the purchase side of the transactions, and by each line item, you also get the same sort of tax codes where you can define the software automatically picks up um, the software has the artificial intelligence built in. It can actually preload to avoid any human error, and then if it needs to be overwritten, it can be overwritten. So this was uh, AP invoice creation, and the same tax code gets carried into the purchase invoice. So you have the full reports coming out of the system, which shows all your transactions and how much in each GST type, by value, by revenue. So you can quickly come up with the report which the government needs. Again, this is a very automated system, so it's going to take away all the headache that's associated with the monthly filings, as a result of which um, you will be saving a lot of time and effort with this sort of automation. This is again a sales summary report. As you can see, the tax code and the tax amount, what GST code was applied, and what item, which customer. So you can pull out those reports and you can uh, prepare your filing, GST filing pretty fast. This is the purchase side of the same report. And if you like the software, please contact us at demo@businesspointers.com, and you can visit our website at www.business-pointers.com. Please note it's a S after pointers. Thank you very much for attending this session.